wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, it is the Eddie and Rocky Show. It's that time of the year, right? Holiday parties are going on in offices across the country. And if you go back last year, this was kind of a big deal, right? Because it was in the kind of the heart of the Me Too movement. So a lot of companies' offices were saying they weren't having their holiday parties or they were going to be limited, that sort of thing. But this year, a different story. 76% of companies, the largest since 2016, plan to throw parties this year, according to a survey, and that's up 11 percentage points from last year.
Oh.
So why is that? Let's turn to a guest here. We'll bring on Kelly Accetta. She is a business coach. Kelly, how are you? Is she there?
I'm here.
Hey, Kelly, how's it going? So I guess right off the top here, why are we seeing, again, last year, one year later from a time when folks weren't really throwing the holiday party kind of thing, but it seems to have bounced back. Why is that?
Well, I believe that there's two big reasons. First of all, I think companies realized that they might have had kind of a knee-jerk response and gone to an extreme. I think a lot of companies realized that with a lot of policies. And, employees don't want to be treated like children. Most of us are we can go to a party and conduct ourselves in a professional way. And also, companies are really competitive right now. This is the lowest unemployment and the hardest job market to hire and keep people. And they are doing a lot of things, company parties being one of them, to attract and keep their employees happy.
That makes sense, because I've heard that, especially about the younger generation. That's where you hear about the ping pong tables in the offices and that sort of thing.
Bring your dog to work, which
right.
I'm still trying to get as a thing here. Still working on
that. Yes. but yeah, so this is something that especially the younger person in the workforce wants, right? Is kind of having that better work-life balance, right?
I think everyone likes to just, have a nice get together where you can just let your hair down and get to know the people that you spend most of your life with. If you think about it, 40 to 50 hours a week. And it's really important that we get to know the people that we're around that length of time on more of a personal basis so that we can work better together.
Or you get ping pong tables and get to bring your dogs in during that 40 to 50 hours a week.
But Kelly, if I were a business out there and I'm planning on doing the party, maybe I didn't last year, but I want to put it out this year, and because the workers want to have it. What are some do's and don'ts? I mean, should I wear inappropriate clothing? Should I get really drunk? What are some words of advice that I should do if I'm a CEO or a manager somewhere?
Well, if you're the one organizing the party, the first thing that I would recommend you do is hire a professional bartender. They will be able to say no to an employee that's had a bit too much. They can be the bad guy, not you.
That's interesting. It kind of gives you a little layer of protection there. That's good.
It does. And most bartending services that you hire have insurance, so God forbid something happens, it's not on the company, it's on that service. So highly, highly recommend that. And also most of them will do drink tickets where you can give each employee 2 tickets, and that kind of helps limit things as well. Also, if you're the one throwing the party and you're the employer, really good idea that you don't create a club atmosphere. Don't lower the lights and put on inappropriate music. It really, you don't want to set the wrong mood. So, you don't want to have any dark corners for people to lurk in once they've had a few. And also, I really highly recommend doing something fun. Either like go bowling as a company, or buy out a whole bowling alley, or a big movie, or ropes course type place, or have something, entertainment that's funny, like a funny magician, not a comedian because too many people get offended by different things. But when you take the focus off of booze to get people relaxed, it gets people relaxed and talking without feeling like they have to drink a couple drinks.
Now, when you're the manager and you do run into one of these employees that's either maybe dressed inappropriately or had a few too many, and you have to handle the situation, what's the best way to go about that?
You just really want to appeal to their vanity and say, look, you will really regret this around the water cooler tomorrow, and you might be the butt of a joke for the rest of the year if you don't head on home. You don't want to do something stupid. And something, there was a great quote in a movie. It says, office parties will either enhance your career or they're a great way to kill it. And that's so true. And so if you're attending an office party, and you kind of brought this up, Rocky, first and foremost, the obvious is don't get drunk. And most of us know that if we have one glass of wine, it usually leads to two, but usually leads to three, and then uh-oh. So if you know that you're that kind of a person, just don't even have any. Have them fill a glass with club soda, put a lemon in it, and it looks like you're drinking a vodka soda. No one will even know, and you can just have fun and not even risk having that one drink turn into three. And also great piece of advice as well is bring your spouse or your dog. But
I like how you think, Kelly.
Yeah, your dog's going to keep you honest. Your spouse is going to keep you honest. It's a great way to have kind of someone there with you, and you don't feel uncomfortable, because a lot of times people that have a bit of insecurity, they will have one or two drinks to kind of calm their nerves, and that's not necessarily a good idea. Really important, though, is go to the office party. The study came out and said like over 60% of people don't like going to their company holiday parties, but it's really important that you do go, and go early. Most of the C-level, the CEO, the CFO, the people you want to know you, the people that you want to impress, usually are there on time or early, and they usually leave early. So it's a really good idea to show up either right on time or even a few minutes early and get to meet some of those people in the high up. And when you meet them, don't talk about business. Be prepared with a few things to talk to them about.
Good advice,
because they don't want to talk about business. No one wants to talk about work at an office party. So have a few things if you know they have kids and they play basketball, ask them about how their kids are doing. Or if they hike and they just went on a hike, ask them about that. Just try and have two or three things to talk to each C-level executive about, and try and make them laugh. Try and really make a memorable impression in the right way, and that can really help your career in the future. And, the most important thing I really want to share with people when you're at an office party is just give grace. Everyone is different. Everyone has different ways of being, and we can't let ourselves be so offendable. And I talk about it in my book, a whole chapter of being offendable. It doesn't help. Everyone has a different set of what they feel is the way they should be at a party. So you're going to have huggers, you're going to have close talkers, you're going to have people who tell inappropriate jokes. Just give grace. It's the holidays. Don't be judgmental. They might
It's hard to do these days, Kelly. Everyone is looking to get offended. I mean, they're looking to get offended so they can make a big deal about it and draw attention to themselves. That's all it is.
That's why I wanted to throw that in there, though.
Gotcha. Well, Kelly, look, we got to run. Kelly Accetta, you're a business coach, and you have a book as well. If people want to find out more about you, where can they go?
Truth.coach.
Truth.coach. Kelly, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
All right.